9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, one of the longest running XFL shows about spring football out there. This is Bhawk Live. I am one of your hosts, Dirty. I am tired. I am cranky. Daddy Ed decided he was going to get up, so we're not going to bring him on just yet, but I'm going to bring on the hyena herself, the one, the only, the queen. There she is. Hello, queen.
Hi, everybody.
How are you tonight?
I'm good, but I've been having to deal with a crabby, cranky person.
Yes, I am very crabby and old this morning. Who you been dealing with that's crabby and old? Oh, I know exactly who you're dealing with who is crabby and old. The guy who's got his Bhawk beer, who is a walking billboard for our great sponsor, Wild Sun Winery and Brewing Company.
I'm talking about you, you idiot.
No, you don't deal with me. You deal with him all the time, not me. The one, the only. Are you going to say your name, sir? Or are you just going to sit there and try to look pretty?
The one, the only Big Daddy Ed, living the dream.
So we have a lot to talk about. First and foremost, we did a special show last night on the X Fan Show. Arlington couldn't make it. He ran into some issues. And then there she is, the Brahma Babe herself. Hello, ma'am. We had a really good interview with the great Howard Balzer. Olden, what is up? How are you? And we got Kevin saying, "Hey, evening, everyone. Ed, I'll have what you're having. LOL. Still need to find some to buy. Daddy Ed, you got any updates on that? When you can buy the delicious Bhawk live beer?"
We will have it in real soon, any day now. And it's going to be epic.
Is it going to be epic?
It's going to be epic.
Right?
You're gonna find it on shelves everywhere.
Is that what we're gonna do? John says right here, he says, last night's show was one of the best that you ever did. Well, thank you guys. I'm really glad you guys enjoyed it. Great show with Howard Balzer. But guys, we got a lot of great information last night from Howard on last night's show. If you haven't seen it, go check it out on YouTube and all of that stuff. Brahma Babe goes, I still have mine in Texas. He still has hers. But we have a lot to talk about over that interview. And Amanda, you brought up some really good when we were talking earlier. You brought up some really good stuff like this afternoon when we were talking about stuff. Would you like to go into that as I get to it?
Sure. So I found some really interesting things, which this is just me going off of my own speculations. Anyway, so I went on the XFL.com website today and was looking at season tickets. And when I pulled it up, there were two teams that it basically says make a $50 deposit and we will keep your place in line. But then when you go to the other teams, it says something else. It basically states the fact that you can put your deposit down for your tickets, but this is what it equates per seat for those tickets. But those also have seating charts up when you look at the page as well. And these other two teams, there were no seating charts up yet.
Well, would you like to talk about who those two teams were?
Yes, I would. So one of them obviously was the Roughnecks, was one of them, and the other one was the things that poop standing up.
Stop it.
The Vipers, my bad.
Stop it. Stop. Quit
The
being an
Vipers,
idiot.
my bad.
Quit being an idiot. Don't say that. Quit being an idiot. Daddy Ed, what do you think of that? Because I have a theory. You know me, I always have theories on everything, right? I always have theories. And so Daddy Ed, what do you think of that? What she just said?
Well, my theory is more along the lines of the merchandise. As Amanda's, bringing up good points about the seats. They're also going out there and they're putting their merchandise on sale 40% off or whatever. And everybody's like, oh, they must be coming back. They must be coming back because they're selling their merchandise. Well, if you got idiots out there that are dumb enough to buy merchandise at 40% off, not even knowing if there's going to be a team, if you're the team and you got people willing to buy your stuff, are you going to sell it to them or are you going to get left holding the bag when it's announced they don't have a team? So they're selling anything and everything but the kitchen sink at 40% off because there's people that are stupid enough to keep buying it without knowing whether there's going to be a team or not be a team. So there you go. There's my big speculation is that some of these fan bases, some of these teams are just unloading stuff, trying to get any bit of money in that they can get.
All right. Now, here's where, oh my God, look at all these comments. Yes, this is not, well, no, this is actually going to be my speculation. Amanda just did some work and found out, the stuff about the season tickets and all that.
Which y'all can go see. It is on the XFL.com page. When you go to the tickets section and then you pull up all of the teams, you literally hit 2024 season tickets.
Well, here.
That's where it says it. Well, I sent pictures. So.
Right. Well, here. So what we're going to do is we're going to do it for you. Okay. Let me get to it. Where's XFL? All right. Buy now. Here we go. Why does it keep going right here? Buy now. Okay. So here, we're going to do it for everybody so they can see. Right. All right. Now, Amanda, here's the ticket hub. As you see, it's coming up right now. Here's the ticket hub as we speak. Okay, now where do you want me to go? Who do you want me to go to first?
Go to Vegas first.
Vegas. Okay, we'll go to Vegas. There is Vegas. Season tickets. It says right here, place a $50 deposit per seat to secure your place in line. Very interesting. Very interesting.
With no pictures of no seating charts, no nothing, right? Okay, so let's go to St. Louis.
All right, we'll go to the Battlehawks, who is the anomaly of the XFL. Be part of the journey. Be part of the dream. Season tickets on sale now.
Yeah, so click that very first one far left.
Buy tickets.
Yep. And then when you pull that up, then the seating chart will come up and you'll be able to pick where you want to sit. But you cannot do that on the Vegas page or the Houston Roughnecks page.
Zoom in on this. Oh, let me do this. Let me share this tab instead. So we're a tab of mine. It looks like they got the 300 sections open up for the Battlehawks here. Now, wow. It's interesting. Interesting, isn't that? All right, now, who do you want to go to next, Amanda?
Okay, so let's go to the Roughnecks.
Okay, we'll go to the Roughnecks. All right, here's that. Let me get to this.
Don't shoot the messenger, people.
You can shoot dirty.
Do you see Brahma Babe wants to see also what the Seattle Sea Dragons?
All right, we can do that. Oh, right here. First thing it says 2024 season tickets deposit. Place a $50 deposit per seat to secure your place in line. Interesting.
Okay, let's go to Seattle's.
All right, let's go to the Sea Dragons. It says be part of the dream. So it's got the tickets starting as low as $20 per game for 5 games. Okay.
And then when you click also, just to prove the point again, when you click the 2024 season ticket thing right there, that seating chart will pull up. When you do it at the Houston Roughnecks one, there is no seating chart, and it's the continuous keep your place in line.
Interesting. Now, here's what I'll say.
The plot thickens.
The plot thickens. If you guys listened to the interview that we had with Howard Balzer last night, and for a lot of
you're
people,
welcome, people. You're welcome. I'm happy
for a lot
to
of you
get
guys,
those too.
for a lot of you guys, yeah, I mean, look right here. Yeah, I mean, Warren says Houston has no stadium lease. Vegas, we've all known, is not coming back, so no stadium seats to show. You're correct. We do know that Vegas is not coming back. We do know that. Now, we do know that.
But it doesn't matter. Why are you still putting a deposit down for a
Yeah,
team
why would you give them a
back?
deposit?
It's stupid.
Why would you put a $50 deposit down on something you know is not going to happen? And it's not refundable. It's not refundable. Hello? I mean,
okay, now look, I'm going to play devil's advocate here. Wayne the Cigar Guy says maybe the XFL, USFL will be waiting to see which Houston team sells the most, and that's who will stay. Listen,
they're going to see how many knuckleheads actually buy the tickets.
You can't buy a seat.
All right,
they're testing the IQ of the league right now. They're playing how many dummies buy deposits.
Okay, Matthew wants us to test the Vegas link. Okay, so let's go to that. We'll test the Vegas link for Matthew. All right, here we go. We'll pull up the Vegas. Here's your Ticket Central right here. So wait till it pulls up, and then I'll go right here to Vegas. Ticket Central, click there. And okay, so let's go right here where it says place a seat, a $50 deposit per seat. Learn more.
Learn more.
Learn more.
You got a lot to learn. You got a lot to learn if you buy if you want to throw away $50. I got a bottle of bourbon that costs about $50.
So
just give it to me.
You're learning right
just give it to me, and we'll enjoy the bottle together.
This is what you get. This is what you get. Not a whole lot. But look, we know that Vegas is gone. So we all know that Vegas is gone. I hate to say it. We know that Vegas is gone. Now, I mean, right, I'm going to play devil's advocate. I kind of like this right here, what Wayne says, maybe that the XFL and USFL are waiting to see what Houston team sells more tickets. That could be it, right? Now, in the interview.
Okay, listen. If you're going to do one for one thing, it's like if you slap one kid's hand, you got to do the same to the other, right? It's the same damn thing. Why would they do it for Houston and not for Vegas? I'm sorry, but is that not messed up? Like, what you do for one, you do for all, correct?
I mean, I kind of agree with you.
You mean to tell me, okay, for instance, the NFL, right? I'm sorry, but I'm not a Patrick Mahomes fan. Kill me now. I don't care. But anyway, so he literally can cry foul every time, get all these flags thrown, in my opinion. But yet other teams, it doesn't happen, or it happens, and he gets special treatment. Sorry. I just don't. I don't get it. I don't get it. You can't do one for one team and not for the other. It doesn't make sense.
Odin wants to know, where did they say it's non-refundable? Because I haven't seen it saying non-refundable anywhere.
I'm basing that strictly on way back in 2020 when they did the Battle Hawks, because that's the only time I had to buy a deposit.
Was
back then. But they say that the deposits were not refundable.
All right, let me look. I'm looking now as we speak.
But here's my thing too. If a team moves to a different place and they have, so for instance, say Seattle moves from Seattle, why would you have Seattle Stadium up there then? For seats for people to pick from. Unless that's the shape of another stadium that we're all missing.
No, what I'm
Not
saying,
in Seattle.
Brett, is when you went to put your deposit down in 2020, before they even really had anything going, I did it almost a year in advance. I put deposits down to get in line for season tickets, and it said right up front back then that deposits were not going to be refundable.
Yeah,
But regardless, even if they are refundable, how long do you think that's going to take? And if you do a $50 deposit to get in line in Vegas for tickets and it doesn't happen and they don't have a team, how long do you think it's going to take to get your $50 back? Do you think they're just going to go ahead and throw a check in the mail tomorrow? I mean, why would you do that when there's going to be plenty of seats to buy anyway?
Mm-hmm.
Shut up, nerd.
I like that comment. I mean, he does have a point. Your opinion really doesn't mean a whole lot. Your guys' opinion really doesn't mean a whole lot. You guys are Vikings fans, so I mean, I just.
And you're a Bears fan who has a worse record than okay.
I was wait, Daddy Ed just sitting there stewing, going, I'll just talk to him off air, asshole.
No.
Is what he's thinking to himself. And look, I get this. I get it, Robert. The Gamblers won't sell more tickets. They haven't played in Houston. No fan connection. I get it. Listen, if everything is what we've seen is true, that we're going to the 8-4 method, with it being the 8 USFL teams and the 4 XFL teams. Now, let's really look at this. That gives them 8 hub cities, correct? It gives them 8 hubs, or no. Yeah, 8 with Birmingham, Michigan, Memphis, Canton, St. Louis, Arlington, DC, and then the Brahmas, because those are the ones that are saying, right? You put you put the 2 hubs, you put 2 teams in the hubs, like Howard was saying, and all of that. Well, I mean, do you really want to go with 8? Then what's the teams that you pick? It's awful funny that you say that, because Coach Beck and the Panthers Shadow page, Coach Beck retweeted a day ago, a blowout. I don't have it because for some reason my other computer is not hooked up to my Twitter, but they did the Twitter following. And now here's how it breaks it down. It says here are all 6 teams' social medias following. The 12 teams in green are the supposed makeup of the new merger. Okay. Now I'm going to read the teams to you. Now, mind you, this is green. You can see it and all that. The Roughneck or the Battlehawks with over 421,000. The Defenders with over, what is that? 2,086. Okay. Then you have the Renegades at 250, the Stallions at 159, the Generals at 127, Panthers at 112, the Breaker 110, Maulers 106, Gamblers at 95, Brahmas, which this one really shocked me. This one really shocks me with the Brahmas at 94,000. And then the Showboats, who are worse than Vegas, with 36,000 followers. Now, this is including X, Instagram, Facebook, all of that stuff, okay? It's all of that. Now, these are the teams. Now, let's really look at this. Do you guys know who number 2 is? Can you guys guess who the number 2 team is in social media following for spring football?
Who are you asking that question to?
You two.
Battlehawks.
No, the Battlehawks are number 1 in everything.
Number 1. Who is number 2?
Wouldn't it be San Antonio?
No, San Antonio is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, yeah.
They're the 12.
It's the Turkey Necks.
Yes, with over 300,000. Now, look, I understand that this, guys, let's forget this. This is right. The Roughnecks. Everybody keeps saying it. It's the Roughnecks. This is not a merger or anything like that anymore. You heard it from Bowser. He says that the way everything looks to him, it looks like it's a buyout, but they have to say it as a merger and all that to help it get through regulatory. Am I right, Daddy Ed? You can't
Yes.
because of antitrust and all that stuff, right?
And they got to smooth it over with the fan bases. But, for everything they gain by calling it a merger, they throw it away and piss it down their leg because they're handling this about as bad as they can handle it.
Right. Now,
pissing down his leg. What?
If I'm this new
It's kind of
league,
related to screwing the pooch, right in there. Right in there somewhere.
Yes, look right here. What everybody's saying, hostile takeover. It's being shown as a takeover. If I'm this new league that is going to be the National Spring Football League or the United Football League, whatever the hell it's going to be called, it should just be called the XFL/USFL Football League is what it should be called, in my opinion. If I'm them and I'm Fox, why the hell am I going to get rid of the number 2 team in all of spring football? Why would I do it? Why? Why would I do it?
Not only that, but
I got another little nugget for you.
Well, who are you looking at? Who are you looking at? There's nobody in there.
I have another speculation. Want to hear it?
She's looking at nuggets.
What is this up with? What? When did my speculations become the hyenas of speculation?
On this show, they're mine. Anyway, my other speculation is that the draft will be December 8th. Just saying. I was just throwing out days, thinking, and I come up with that one.
Now, mind you, I did say that there would be an announcement between the 13th and 15th. Then I originally said the draft was going to be the 15th through the 17th, right? It's funny that you say that, Hyena, with your speculation, because when you told me that, right, I started doing some research and got it from a source, which I would love to know where you got it from. But yes, everything is leading to the December 8th. There will be a December 8th draft, and that will be on a Friday. So I would love to know where you got it, but from my source, told me, no, Brahma Babe, it's not a Christmas. It's not a Christmas.
Well, here's
draft.
my question though. If that's when the draft is, well then we should know the teams by that time then.
Okay, well let's go back and talk to that because Daddy Ed, you and Brett kind of talked about the timeline.
Wouldn't you?
I would say you would. I would say you would have.
That's what it is.
I would say you would have to announce that. That'd be kind of tough to have a draft and say, well, yeah, let's let the Renegades go, and if they don't end up being in the league, we'll take that player. We'll give it to the Battlehawks. I mean, yeah, they're going to have to lay it all out on the line here pretty quick.
See, now Michael says if they are selling to teams like Howard said that they were planning on selling them in 2025, that he said they might have potential buyers lined up for certain teams. Very well possibly could be happening. Very well possibly could be happening. But let's go back to this.
But if the draft is in December, right? How would they remotely be able to start playing football in February?
They know going into the draft.
Cuts and all that even after the draft.
You draft and you let the players know that if you are drafted on Friday, your butt's in training camp by Monday. That's it.
There's no way you can have a draft, okay? And if anybody's got a letter of intent, please send it to me. I'd love to see it. But, like I was saying, for those people like Kevin Atkins, I'd love to see that letter of intent right now. Just saying.
Yeah. Now, let's look at the timeline because on the Bottom Line show, which you can find that is the flagship show of our Pro Football Alliance and X-Fan Legion. That's on Monday nights with Daddy Ed and Brett. You can find it all over social media. You guys talked about the timeline of the XFL, right? Now let's really look at this. We didn't get a schedule of the XFL until December of 2022. Remember? We had our draft in November. So we're about a month behind on how they were in 2022 leading up to the 2023 season.
Not just that, but when will they merge the social media as well? It's still two separate things. Are they going to merge the social media like XFL, USFL together to make it one social media, or are they always going to keep it separate?
Well,
I just feel like with social media and with marketing, where you at?
But they bring up a good point here. Matt brings up a good point. When we started that late, that was because they still hadn't secured a place for Vegas yet. Mm-hmm. But they still had plenty of time to basically get 90% of everything that needed to be taken care of. Mm-hmm. Now you turn around to this situation. This situation's totally different. As far as from what I'm hearing, they're still trying to figure out who's in, who's out. So they haven't even begun the process of setting schedules but I still say worst case scenario, the season starts by the first weekend in March.
Well, that's funny that you say that, Daddy Ed, because in the interview last night, Howard Balzer did say that the season will more than likely start in March, and that would push, if you go by the timeline of 2023 and of 2020, that would put the way that they did it, they would be starting in March. Now, in my idea, it would be smart for them to start in March, and then right there around the March Madness, the Final Four, take a week off, because we saw the XFL.
Yeah, but that's so early in the season to be taking a week off already.
Yeah, but when you're looking at it, say it's a 10-game schedule. Say they stay with a 10-game schedule. Mm-hmm. You give everybody a bye week in week 3 or week 4 and make it league-wide. Mm-hmm. So for 1 week, every team's on a bye week. Mm-hmm. I don't see a problem with that.
I don't either.
Yeah.
That is a huge... To get them past the opening weekend of March Madness by giving everybody a bye week, lets everybody take a week off, a reprieve, to watch their basketball, get it out of their system, mm-hmm. and then back to football.
Because I agree. Bye week should be right before playoffs starts.
No. You lose all your momentum when you do that.
Hold on, Queen. That's Do you still have the schedules or the viewerships for that stuff?
Because do I?
If you look right at March Madness, the XFL took a major hit. They took a huge hit right at the beginning of March Madness, or at the Final Four. I mean, it was like non-existent was the ratings for.
Isn't that spring break time for most schools too?
Usually around that time, yeah. And look, I agree. February to April is perfect. I agree. But let's really look at it. If you just push it back 1 month, okay? Because even if they start the football season in February, because remember, we were all complaining.
Oh yeah.
We were all complaining in 2020. What, they took a hit, didn't they, Daddy Ed?
Oh God, yeah. So if you look at week 5, I'm assuming it's week 5.
Yep.
You had viewership that 3 out of the 4 games were just over 200,000, with the St. Louis game only at 320. So just the week after that, you were back up to 1,753,000. So you're talking viewership was almost a quarter that weekend to what their normal viewership was. on the weekend of the opening of March Madness.
But
No.
I know you're talking about momentum, but here's the deal. After Super Bowl's over, people want to roll right back into something else, correct? You want to have momentum still going. You're going to have that time from when Super Bowl's over until the beginning of March. That's a little bit of ain't it? I mean, that's what, Dad.
Well, yeah, but
one of the things that drew you and me to the XFL was the fact that the XFL started directly after the NFL season.
Started
Going
directly
from one
after
to
the
next.
Yes, but in this tragic situation that we find ourselves in, would you rather just have to wait 3 weeks after the Super Bowl to get the season started, or take the USFL schedule and not start till April? I think after all of this, after all of this chicanery that's been going on this whole fall, and if you turn around and you say, okay, and by the way, we're not starting the season now till April, I think.
But it's easy for us to say here because we have a dome that's inside. Some of these places don't have place inside, meaning
well, I remember
they're going
April.
into the summer sitting outside, and you think ticket sales are going to be good? I mean, I don't think so.
Well, I remember watching a very large guy in Orlando in April leaving a big giant grease spot in his seat because it was hotter than hell. And that was April. That was April. Imagine if you shoot the season into June, what the Birmingham game's going to be like. Orlando, Houston.
Yeah, you're right. Brett talked about it on the bottom line, how hot those games are in June in Birmingham. Now, look, I'm not saying so. Super Bowl this year is on February 11th. Okay, now if you go by USF or XFL schedule, right? If you go by the XFL schedule, so that means if it's November,
Isn't Super Bowl always the first Sunday of
February
February?
11th.
It's the first or second. I think it's the second Sunday.
Yeah, February 11th. It is the second Sunday. So the season wouldn't start till February 17th.
Which is what was last year.
Correct. Now you're talking that's 2 weeks left in February. So why not start it the first weekend in March? Take the bye. Take like right here, like what I actually like this idea right here. I think you have 1 or 2 teams by the first week and 1 and 2 teams by the second weekend. Maybe have a Monday night game too, as so much so you can limit the March Madness games and at least limit the damage. I would be okay with that.
Yeah, I like that.
For that, you know, I mean, you're looking at the last 2 weekends, or the last weekend in March and the first weekend in April, because that's when the Final Four really is. Correct?
Yeah, I mean, usually right around the third weekend of March is the opener, but the first 2 weekends are the big weekends. After that, you got to whittle down to where, you know, you're not talking all day for 4 days straight having games. So you just got to get by 2 weeks. Got to get by the opening weekend and the second weekend.
All right. So now, here is your March Madness schedule, okay? Selection Sunday is March 17th. The first 4 games, 19th to the 20th of March. First round, 21st to the 22nd. Second round, 23rd to the 24th. Sweet 16, 28th through the 29th. Elite 8, 30th through the 31st. Final 4, Sunday, April 6th. Monday, April 8th is the national championship game.
Yeah, by the time you get down to the Final Four, you can schedule around that. I mean, you're talking 2 games. So, I mean, in the championship weekend, I think they always play it on a Monday night, don't they? So, I mean, you're really talking 2 full weeks going from 64 to 32, 32 to 16. That's the only 2 weekends you really get, Thursday through Sunday basketball, sun up to sundown. Other than that, You cover those 2 weeks. I like his idea really well. I never thought about that. You really wouldn't have to go a league-wide bye week. You could do a half and half, utilize the Monday Night Football, and I mean, Sundays, I think Sundays they even get to the point where maybe even have a Sunday night game. It seems to me towards the end, Sundays are just day games too. But
right now, let's go back to. I want to go back to what the Queen had to say from from what she found out that she's saying that the draft is going to be when. What are you saying? You heard the draft's going to be
December 8th, which, by the way, too, because this is Bhawk Live, let me just say real quick, online, too, the marketing, Ticket and Marketing was posted something basically saying that the Battlehawks are going to be back for the 2024 season, which I thought was interesting. So I was curious, which obviously, breaking news, everybody, the Battlehawks will at least be one of those teams. That's good. Breaking news.
well, yeah, I mean,
You're welcome.
It doesn't take rocket science to figure that one out. But
that was a good one.
But I love how the XFL, for all of their social media pages that posts that they've been putting on, have been a lot of the Roughnecks and Vegas apparel for the 40% off discounts. Was, I believe, the Roughnecks and the Vegas Vipers apparel that their models were sporting.
Absolutely, Jay. I agree with JR 100%. Put his comment all you sleepwalkers that your goal in life is to sit in a Cardinals game day in and day out, no matter whether it's 150 degrees out or not. You'll sit there and watch losing baseball because nobody will put pressure on ownership to spend the money and actually contend for a World Series again. As long as all you sleepwalkers want to keep going to the games, you get what you get. Nothing's going to change. So if you choose that over an XFL, USFL game, go have fun. Go eat your hot dog and 3-week-old pretzel on me, and I'll sit inside the dome instead of 150 degrees in the sun.
I agree right here with Matthew saying that the XFL can't compete with the NHL. We've seen it in St. Louis. As popular as the Blues are in the 2020 season and in the 2023 season, the Battlehawks out viewershiped the St. Louis Blues. So, yeah, it's possible for it to happen, for sure. Now, let's go back to what the Queen was saying, Ed, and let's really look at this timeline, okay? Now, I'm going to go all the way back to 2020 when they did all this the first time, right? So in 2020, if I'm not mistaken, somebody correct me if I'm not mistaken or what, but, they announced the teams, and then it was in August that they announced the team names, okay? And then I want to say in August, and then it was what, October when we started getting the players, when we did our draft. And then it was in December. They started their training camps, left for Christmas, came back in January. Season kicked off in February of 2020. Fast forward to 2023. COVID happens, league folds. Rockingham says they're coming back in 2022. They push it back a week. They push it back a year. USFL comes on, does very, very well, gets a lot of ratings. And then in 2023, it wasn't until, I want to say, when did I get my season tickets? When did you buy your season tickets for 2023, Big Daddy?
I put my deposit in. Let's see. No, I didn't need it. No, I didn't need it. I bought, I think I actually bought and paid for the season tickets. I think they did that in October. Does that sound about right? I think it was October.
And then it was December when we got our schedule release. Then January. We got then we had our training camps or whatever. Okay. So Mike says he picked out his seats a year ago today.
That sounds about right.
A year ago this week.
But here's where you make up ground. Okay, you said last year the draft was in November?
November 15th.
Do we really know from the time the draft, what was the time between the actual draft and when the players reported for training camp? Because if you're talking weeks there, well, there's where you make up a big ground. You start training camp as almost immediately after the draft. I mean, you gain weeks that way. But it depends on how much time they need to get, the hubs or however the hell they're going to handle it, how they get it all set up. I'm sure they got to be working on that now, don't they?
Uh-huh. So the St. Louis Invaders are coming. Yeah, Santa is real, not Santa is fake. Santa is real. Hyena. It says this show is missing the voice of reason, the A Train.
Well, we got room for slide. You know what I see?
Right, yeah,
see
right here.
That space over there. There's a bunch of space over there.
Right. Wayne says he wants to know if they're going to have the Bhawk American Blonde Ale at the Dome. No, but we will. We'll have a lot of it for you.
Oh, we won't have it in the stadium. You can't have it in the stadium.
They won't let us have it in the stadium.
But you can bet your ass it'll be at the tailgates in force. So look up our tailgates, man. We're gonna be a happy family.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here. Let me ask you guys. I like this because I still want to finish what the Queen says. Before I go into this, I will. I don't think we're really that far behind. If she's saying her source that she heard, her speculation is December 8th, right? I'm still trying to collaborate my source. But if she's saying December 8th, I would say at least by January, we should have a schedule of what our teams are going to be. By February, be in training camps. And as much as I hate to say it, end of March, first part of April, we're going to be starting this new league.
There ain't no April. There ain't no April.
There ain't no way.
No April about it. No.
I say by the first or second week of March, we're kicking off.
That would be great. I would love that. Would love that. Now,
don't you think? Because St. Louis.
Why would you have football in the summer? I don't get.
St.
Why
Louis
are you
is
going to name it United Spring Football League if it's not starting in the? If it's not even really in the spring anymore, it'll be in the summer. Stupid.
No, but the St. Louis, the Battlehawks have already reserved their weekends at the Dome, right? So you got to think that St. Louis isn't the only venue that's already reserved their weeks.
They just reserved dates, but they never gave us calendar of when they did. They just reserved.
If they reserved dates, though, you gotta think that there's other venues also that have reserved dates, so that when they sit down to work on the schedule, it's going to piece together relatively quick.
I agree with you. Listen, guys,
I mean, you got to go off history. Look at the XFL and USFL. They've been lightning speed with all of this. Lightning speed.
Exactly, but that's what I'm saying. I'm going by the history of this league and the way it's gone. And that's why I'm saying, if you look at the way everything is going, it's looking like the season's going, as much as I hate to say it, it's going to start in April.
No.
You see, why do you always listen, you always have to make things other than what other people are thinking so that you can come back and say, I said it. Guess what? You're going to be wrong. And I know you're going to be wrong. I can't wait to tell you you're wrong. But you know what? I will be. Because you will be wrong.
Come on, A-Train. Let's see it. Is he wrong?
Mm-hmm.
Give us a comment.
I'm telling
you. As the Grinch says, wrongo.
If you look at the way that this is doing.
You are the biggest.
If you look at the way this is going and you look at history as it repeats itself.
Oh my
The way the timeline goes is once one thing is announced, you get another announcement 30 days later. Once that announcement, then something starts 30 days later. So now, based on her, what she found out today, the December 8th is the draft. Okay? That would put training camp January 8th. But mind you, we don't even have teams or nothing. We don't know anything yet. So you would get so before the draft, you have to get your team names. So probably
How could they not start in March, even if it were in January? Started training camp in January. You mean tell me they can't do their cuts by March from January? Oh wait, they might be, because as slow as everything's moving now, I wouldn't be a bit surprised. But I'm just saying.
If you have, I don't know why you keep saying January. If you have a draft,
right. Look, Javier has to say it right here.
Where you at?
I have to say it, but Dirty's right every single time.
Go to bed. Go to bed, Javier. I can't.
Oh, here he is.
There we go. The voice of reason.
Listen,
the voice of reason
is agree with me. He's going to agree with me as much as he hates to.
Why don't we let him talk and find out?
Now, I'm going to be talking, and everybody's muted at this point. I'm trying. I was trying to enjoy this beloved basketball game, and then my name keeps coming up in this conversation. So here I am. I'm going to speak now. Listen, I hate Dirty. There's the hashtag going around says I hate him, and I mean it. I want to punch him in the face. I literally want to punch this dude the minute that I see him. I want to knock his ass out one good time, man, because he sat there. He done got this interview with Howard Balzer, man, and thank you, Howard, for coming on the show and stuff. But anyway, the voice of reason, Dirty's dead wrong, man. Listen, February, April, I'm sick of this April to June stuff. I'm sick of hearing that. Why are we putting football in the summer, man? Why? It don't make sense. You know what? Mike, thank you. Mike gave me an idea. Remove. Remove.
That's okay. We'll take it over.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Why would you? It's United Spring Football League. It's not United Summer.
There is no way.
Y'all play too much.
Oh God. Oh, okay. All right. Seriously. Seriously.
No, but Arlington,
seriously.
You can really
seriously.
Look. Seriously. Let's really look at this. We've had these conversations before back in 2020 and all that stuff, right?
I get that.
So it's called This is Bhawk Live. Dirty has lost complete control of the show.
No, you don't
Arlington
get to sit there and justify to Arlington. No. See, what you're not going to do is sit there and try to justify to Arlington why you're right now. So what you're going to do is shut up and let him talk.
Hey, you always try to direct it as if this is your narrative, and you do that all the time. And then you get butthurt when they call you out. You get butthurt every single time. You do. Admit it. You get butthurt.
Listen, show me one time where I've been wrong, ever.
Oh my God. Arlington,
any of this.
Right now, look at me. Do you see me here?
Any of this. Oh, hey, David. How are you? Hi, David. Let's go see dragons. Actually, you know what? Just for David. Hold on. Just for David. Hold on.
He is wrong.
Uh-oh.
Did he leave the picture for real?
Wrong. I don't know.
We'll do that. See, you don't never supposed to get up in the middle of a show and then just get up and be out of camera. But anyway, I heard he said that they were trying to get this thing off in April. It makes no sense to put it off in April. It makes sense to do it in February, right? Like, and I heard you guys were talking about it.
Hold on, Arlington. Just for David, I'm wearing it. The
This is
greatest
Bhawk Live, you
quarterback
idiot.
to ever grace.
Thank
Exactly.
you.
Yeah, go scream in the other room. I hear you in the other room, dude. Go scream somewhere, man. But I'm like, why
My
would you?
Nooch. Hold on. The Nooch brand hat. The Nooch.
Yep, exactly.
This
Exactly
is
what I was
Bhawk
saying, man.
Live. What is he doing?
Because he's being an idiot, man. And he know he's being that. But here's my thing, though. February is the best time to do a spring league, right? Because it's not too hot, not too cold. You know, it might be cool in some areas of the country and whatnot. And fans want to enjoy this. You know what I'm saying? Especially St. Louis. St. Louis, you got, of course, you talk about, y'all was talking about the Blues, and you guys were talking about the Cardinals and the whackness they dealing with right now. But at the same time, man, this is the perfect time to do it. It's February to April. No different.
If
No
you, what remaining momentum there's left, which, you know, they lose more and more every day, you string this out till April before you get started, I just don't see it working.
February to May is not bad, especially if you're trying
February to
to
May.
if you're trying to add 12 teams to this mix, right? And the constant rumors of the heaviness of the USFL being, you know, with 8 teams and whatnot. Okay, whatever. But even with 12 teams, it's going to have to be something bigger than 12 or 10 games. It's going to have to be 12. Or it's going to have to be 13 weeks in a bye week. Something got to give. Something has to give. Seriously. So you would have to, it would be best if the USFL starts it up in February. You get 1 week or whatever. And like Ed said, you're only going to have 2 Saturdays where it's going to be really bad.
Right.
2 Saturday and Sundays where it's going to be bad. That's the first week of March Madness, and then the Sweet 16 and the Elite 8. And even with the Elite 8, it's not going to be as bad because you can slightly go up against it.
Yeah,
they're going to be on cable.
And when they do when they get down to the final 8, when they play on Saturday and Sunday, I don't even think they start till late afternoon.
They start late.
You could even do 11 o'clock games or noon games or whatever, and you'd still get them done before the basketball even started. So you got 2 weekends. You got 2 weekends.
Monday night games?
You definitely have a Final Four. You have a Final Four that's on Saturday and Monday for the men, so that wouldn't hurt it either. Because, like Ed said, both of those games on Saturday on the evening.
Look, I take offense to this. Where are they going to lose fans at? Because I guarantee
you talking about with this hub thing. Yeah,
No. I guarantee if there's a hub in St. Louis, you ain't losing fans, right? But where are they losing fans if they started in April? Because I guarantee you, and as much bashing as I do on the St. Louis fan base, every single St. Louis fan that is a Battlehawk fan will be out there April tailgating, regardless of when they start.
Yeah, but you're talking about a dome. What about the teams that are in San Antonio and Birmingham?
San Antonio will be fine. San Antonio.
Excuse me. St. Louis fans never show up. Never show up.
No, I meant to.
David, please, David. I would love for you to come on the X Fan show or this show and tell us why you think that this merger or this buyout is not happening. Would love for you to come on and have a conversation without being angry, without getting upset, like you have on Facebook and all that stuff, how you've blocked people. I'm telling you from a very reliable source. We had a very reliable source on the show last night, a guy who's been in the business 48 years and has told you his people and his connections that he has doesn't matter about the leases. Doesn't matter about the leases signed. They don't have a lease signed in Houston. They don't have a lease signed in Vegas. I can tell you this: they were a year-to-year lease in Seattle. They're a year-to-year lease here in St. Louis. Arlington, that's because that's their headquarters. San Antonio, they were a year-to-year lease. I'm telling you, this isn't rumor. David, please come on. This isn't rumor.
Okay, moving on. That's like saying a dress is purple when you know damn well it's pink. Okay. I don't care.
What?
I mean, it's just stupid. Keep it moving. I don't understand why we're still talking about this.
Look, all I'm saying is this. If you go by the XFL's timeline of how they've done stuff, once they make one announcement, then 30 days later, they make another announcement. 30 days later, they make another announcement. By the way everything is looking and the way everything is pointing, I would not be surprised if this league does not start if they do the merger. That's only if they do the merger. If they don't do the merger and it holds off to 2025, then the season will start in February. I can tell you that right now. They're not selling tickets for all 8 cities. They're only selling tickets for 6 cities, David. We just did it. They're only taking season pocket deposit.
Have David put his money where his mouth is. I want you to go buy 8 deposits in Vegas, David. If you're that convinced that there's going to be a season. No, wait a minute. No, here's the deal. David, you go spend, buy 8 tickets with a deposit. You buy it, right? And if there is a season for Vegas, I'll reimburse you those tickets. Otherwise, you're out $400. Go knock yourself out.
He's not gonna do that. He's not gonna take that.
Go buy 400. Go buy 8 deposits for the Vegas team if you're so damn convinced it's not gonna happen.
You're not taking that.
I'm telling you guys.
You're not gonna tell me what to do. That's the kind of stuff that's gonna be said. See?
No, they're not playing in ASU. They're not. Vegas is completely gone.
So what make you?
I can tell you with 100%, 100% certainty, and these 3 people will tell you that I know exactly what I'm talking about when I say this with Vegas. Vegas does not have a lease. The team is gone. The equipment has been picked up and taken back to Chalk Hall Stadium. Vegas is no longer. No longer. Am I wrong, guys?
I think David's in the closet.
Hey,
Can we move on?
That hasn't been made official either.
Nope, because now Rice is backing out on it.
Okay, Mike. So go ahead and buy your buy 8 more tickets for the Roughnecks.
Hey, man, ain't nobody playing in no freaking Gorman High School. Shut up.
They already tried that. The mayor of Vegas. We did a whole breakdown on this. The mayor of Vegas put the kibosh to that. She said, no, it ain't happening. They're not playing in Bishop Gordman Stadium. They already did it. It's done. Vegas is gone.
What happened in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Now, back up to here. When somebody said, okay, Mike said, hold on. Thought this was a USFL takeover, so why go off of an XFL timeline? Now, here's why. If the XFL does play, like David says, they're going to play in 2024, okay? You're not going to be a dirt lot because there's a dirt lot right across the street from the Apex Center where we
UFC. That's true.
Rod Woodson to put up his stadium, and he wouldn't do
I
it.
witnessed that one. I witnessed it.
Now, you go with the timeline. It's just not going to work. Now, the way everything is going, they could play February. They're not playing in Reno. It's already been said they're not playing in Reno.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I can't do that either.
Sorry. Not going to happen. All I'm saying is this. I would love for it to start in February. I just have a feeling, by everything I'm seeing, it's going to be April.
And I can't wait till you're wrong. Next.
No, Nate. Sorry.
So we got 3 witnesses here that when it starts.
Let it go. God.
Sorry.
Hey, listen. Hey, Dirty's already USFL bound. I'm not USFL bound, but he is.
I am.
You are USFL bound.
I am pro spring football. And if it means these 2 leagues Have to
Spring
learn.
football, bro. Spring football. Are we getting that?
Technically, when does spring start?
In March.
Oh, not February, March.
But for schedule purposes, it makes better sense then. You know that.
Don't be,
You know
don't
that.
be acting like you. Okay, now listen.
You trying to be the heel now. You know that.
What is this? Sounds like Dirty and Amanda need to make a wager on the start time. Oh.
Hey.
Is this sponsored by Wild Sun Winery and Brewing Company?
No, it's gonna be sponsored by David, because if he's gonna throw away money, he just gonna put it towards something that's worthwhile.
Is this gonna be sponsored by Wild Sun? That's what I need
That's
to know.
right.
Oh, look at this.
My wheels
Gotta
are
love-
spinning on that.
You gotta love Mr. Jackson. They're moving slow on this. I think Dirty is
Oh
right.
God,
Shut
don't
up,
start.
Richard. Shut
God.
up, Richard. Shut up, Richard.
Dirty Nostrous is telling you guys right now. I
Kibosh,
said
man.
we start March.
Dirty Nostrous is saying when the season will start.
It does not make
The
sense.
season will
I
start in
guess
March.
with the way.
You are wrong. I cannot wait until you are wrong. I cannot wait.
So I mean,
Literally
I would say
cannot
this:
wait.
it is better. It is better than April. It will be better than April than you started in March, but it should be best to start it in February. That's my opinion.
I agree. I just don't think it's gonna happen.
30's crystal ball. Y'all giving this dude way too much credit.
Look, our great guy over there at the Smoking Guns podcast. Come on, say something bad about Leo now, Amanda. Says Dirty's right. Come on, Arlington, say something bad about Leo. Come on, Daddy Ed, say something bad about Leo. The hospitality that guy gave us.
Okay, spell his name then. Spell his name. No,
Leo
you're gonna look at it.
Leonardo LLAMAS.
Go to Prolific. Quit looking at that.
Yeah, it's what.
Learn to read, bruh. Learn to read.
No, man. Like, listen.
Right here. The sky is blue and Dirty is never right. Oh, he's a liar.
You picked the wrong comment.
Yeah. You thought that.
You thought that. Hey, that shows the idiotic side of Dirty right there. That just proved it.
You know,
He
when
just
Dirty's
proved how much of an
reading-
idiot
when
he was.
reads these comments and he skips over a few words. That means he had to sound out the one right before it for a little bit longer.
When you hear him end it by saying, "Oh, damn," you know he picked out the wrong
My
comment.
name wrong again. Oh, I spelt it right.
Yeah. See, look. See. Thanks, David. See, David got a great high level of intelligence. February to May just makes sense.
Here's the problem with all you people, all these people watching. Not one of them is very bright.
And you're talking right now. Shut your
Exactly.
mouth.
Exactly. And you three clowns are sitting here with me.
And you're going to be wrong.
We still
clown.
wonder sometimes, man. We still be wondering sometimes,
Look,
dude.
listen, I would love for it to start in February. I love for it to start in February. I just don't see it going by the way everything is going. Just don't see it. I would love for it to start in February. I just don't see it. Yes, Kevin, you are the number one idiot. Idiot.
No.
Why did he put that?
Is he the number two idiot?
No, you're not number one.
Who? Kevin
No,
says he's number one.
Kevin's not number one. We are
Dirty
that
number
makes me-
one.
That makes me number one idiot, and
Yep.
Kevin number two idiot.
Yep.
And where's that put Daddy Ed? Number three?
Mm-hmm. His forehead's number 4.
And 5.
And
Oh
5.
gosh, his brain, man, and his brain is mush, and yet he's still
Oh,
tall.
look right here. Look right here.
I don't think that. I know you finna put it. I knew you was gonna put that one up. I just knew it. It's
Just
a lot of things.
David, he'll have 400
Now you
hours
know.
he can use.
Now you know they have been very secretive about this stuff, and my guy Wayne closed out Monday's show
Yeah, he did.
Come on, Clay, I need you to put that comment up again so that way
No,
we can
hold on.
leave.
Daddy Ed, please, Daddy Ed, please get your viewership out again on two leagues, and who the better viewership of the two leagues?
Got it. What do we need to know?
Who had the better viewership overall, Daddy Ed? You're a math guy. Who had the better viewership overall?
That's hard, man. I mean,
No,
that's,
it's not.
We're talking regular season,
Yes.
both leagues.
Yes.
Regular season, both leagues.
Mm-hmm.
The highest viewership was the Memphis Showboats.
that game alone.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm talking season average viewership for the season, average viewership for the season. Memphis Showboats were first. Michigan Panthers were second. Birmingham was third. St. Louis was fourth. San Antonio fifth. That's if you just throw both leagues together.
All right, that's
As in by cities.
That's if you're
If you're going by games that team was involved in for the regular season,
Memphis
their
had-
average per game viewership. The first three teams were all USFL teams, and then after that it was St. Louis, San Antonio.
So they were all over Birmingham. Like Birmingham didn't have good ratings at all.
Birmingham come in third in viewership in the USFL.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Now, where was this one at? Right here. Right here.
These Sea Dragons have over 5,000 season ticket deposits, huh?
Well, there's a bunch of 5,000.
Wait a minute, hold on.
They all
Wait, Ed. I have a question for David. Did you buy yours?
Oh, he bought 4,000 of them.
And if you did, send it to xfanshow@gmail.com as proof. Don't make it up. Don't screenshot nothing. No, send it. Forward it. Forward it to xfanshow@gmail.com, and we'll show it on air that you did what you said you did.
So
xfanshow@gmail.com. Put it in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody else that decide they want to say something and throw their email in, we will block you. So don't try.
Right.
Do nothing stupid.
Now, Aaron brings up a good point. Why is it assumed that they are behind? Just because they
Thank you.
Else. It's possible that they are actually keeping it close to.
Thank you. They just keep it. Hey, but see, again, remember,
That's
Dirty,
not even financially smart to have a team in Seattle. You really want to be dumb. You're
it
gonna
ain't even
keep a team in Seattle and
Listen.
have all the other. Oh my god!
listen. If you ain't really recognized why the West Coast ain't been involved, and all you gotta do is look at the landscape of how they want to do it this round. Now you was like, well, they got East Coast teams, but guess what they trying to put them in? Trying to put them in hubs, and everything is trying to be centrally located, where it's pretty much down the Mississippi River.
Mm-hmm.
And you got the furthest west team that they would involved in this proposed merger would be San Antonio. That's the furthest west team it would go.
And St. Louis is a gateway to the West. Well, we're about as far west as you're going to get.
No, and I'm saying, like, because you're gonna have to keep three Texas. You're gonna have to keep the three Texas teams in it.
Yeah.
San Antonio will be the furthest.
I mean, that's going to be your West Coast right there, Texas and St. Louis.
I agree. Right here, Dan. I agree. If they do hub games with this merger, that would be boring. I 100% agree with you.
But and that's what Howard was talking about, was it would only be for that season, and then they're attempting after that to add ownership to it. Somebody had put online, I seen as well, saying if they were to do that, that means the NFL. No, the message that we received. Did you get that message today, Dirty?
Who? Me? From who?
Yeah, from the Facebook page. We got messages, and someone had said that if the NFL would have to be involved for owners to be involved in this new spring league.
Where would it have been at? My messenger?
It'll be on the X Fan show. We do get your messages, folks. If you don't think so, we do.
I don't know.
We
I
get messages.
Messages a day.
It was by Miss Dusenberry, I think it was. Somebody had sent it, I think it was her. And she sent something over. You didn't get it?
Oh, I see it now.
You see it? Read that message for me.
It says team ownership will only happen after the NFL injects money into the spring league. The WNBA has owners, but knows that the NBA spills money into the league to cover losses. The only way for owners to come about would be by NFL money. This merger, I think, will facilitate that money from the NFL. And I absolutely 100% agree with that. I really think that's what's going to happen.
I get a message from Denzel, of course.
I know. I see what he said. He goes right here. He said, I just emailed A-Train on Twitter.
I got some mail. Let me go check it while I'm on work with y'all. Because I will get it. I will get it.
Look, and Dan, you were right here. This isn't the XFL. This isn't the XFL, this merger. The XFL once again failed.
I mean, they might keep the Sea Dragons. But
David,
Sea
listen,
Dragons might not be in Seattle.
I seriously hope that the Sounders or somebody buy the Sea Dragons. I seriously hope it. I don't want to lose any teams. None whatsoever. Now, Zach puts up the point right here. The announcement coming from both leagues on November 13th will be there. There is no announcement, and anything was as early as an April Fool's joke, LOL. Look,
hey, listen, I really do think that everything is being tightly close to them. Go Boban. My man Boban is playing. I'm sorry, I got happy. I watched the Rockets, and when Boban plays, I kid you not, everybody gets excited.
Turn that off.
Listen, if you've seen those commercials for Cheez-It at AT&T and Boban is on there, it's hilarious. So when he gets into the game, it's everything. So shut your mouths, all of you. Boban is in the game. It's an exciting moment.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
Here's what we've learned today.
Hey, wait, hold on. He's doing some Boo Rockets. Don't get mad, Leo, that the Spurs got their ass whooped tonight. Don't get mad at me. And Victor Wembanyama look like a piece of broccoli. Get out of here. So no, go somewhere. But anyway, but still though, my thing is, I really do think at this rate, they've been really close to their chest about everything. And a lot of little stuff they want to put out just so they can create their own little narratives or whatever. All right. And don't get me wrong, Howard is a reliable guy. The thing is, these two leagues, they really keeping everything close. So as a merger is supposedly going to be coming, okay, fine. But they're not really releasing anything until they're good and damn ready.
David, it's funny. I was in Lumen Field on a Thursday, 35-degree weather with rain against the Battlehawks and the Sea Dragons. Rain. And there was 15,000 people still there.
The problem go ahead, Ed.
I just got to add one thing. Seattle, I'd love to have you in the league too, but when you keep harping about the schedule, we would have had it not been. We would have if it wouldn't have been Saturday, if it would have been Monday instead of Sunday. Say everything you want, but when you still, and despite it all, finish dead last in the XFL in viewership, I don't care when they had the games. If you can't make the games, watch it on TV. You're not even watching it on TV. So you can do any argument you want. It doesn't hold water. They were dead freaking last in the XFL for viewership. Period.
And again, I told y'all before, and I'll tell you again, trust factor was the biggest key.
100%. Now let's go with JR because we're already in overtime and I'm getting hot. and I'm getting sweaty sitting in this studio. He said, can we talk about the draft details, or is it just too much up in the air? Just want to know what you guys think. That think they are redrafting the entire league. Now, here's what we do know. Howard Balzer said it last night too. We've talked about it on our show. It's been reported everywhere. Brett and Daddy Ed talked about it on their show on Monday. Arlington, we've talked about it. I know we've talked about it on Bhawk Live. November 13th is supposed to be some kind of announcement. That's what I know. November 13th. Then the hyena, from her source, heard that the draft is supposed to be on what day again?
December 8th.
Now, question is how are they going to do this? Daddy Ed brought it up earlier. You can, if the draft is supposedly on December 8th, you better have team names and what you're doing before December 8th. So hopefully that's what we hear on
hell. The hell with that, you better have leases together by then.
Something you better have something.
Have damn leases together, man.
To be honest, yes, the draft is still all up in the air. We're just Amanda got it from her source saying that it was on December 8th. So that's really
this is what I said. What goes back to Christmas. Okay, Christmas is coming. I mean, figure it out. You have a draft December 8th. Or
I mean,
does that mean we're going to know
and they would have to have a
plan so they can get the season tickets? Oh wait, they don't have the schedule yet. So what are you going to get season tickets for if you didn't have a schedule yet?
And I feel bad for Anthony Blevins in this whole ordeal.
You know what? Who I feel bad for? And you know what? This is how we're going to end this show. Because I'm actually really pissed off at the NFL.
I'm going to sit back and watch.
I am really pissed. No, you stay on. You stay on. Because you made excuse after excuse after excuse for this guy, Martavius Bryant. Gets another chance back at the league. Gets another chance to play football. Underperformed. Has like 14 catches, 155.
No.
But then here we go.
Go ahead.
The big giant star, they signed him. When they could have signed Jeff Badette, who led the Vipers in receptions, yards, touchdowns. But let's give it to a guy who
helped me win my fantasy league. Thank you.
His whole career pissed it away because he didn't want to play football.
I have my hand raised.
That is the truth.
Oh my
God, I agree with Dirty.
Wait. I have my hand raised.
Right here. No, you ain't.
My hand.
Not right here. Unless you say that Martavius Bryant does not deserve to be in the NFL, then you can't. Right there, Jeff.
And I have no. Listen. You said you blame me, right? You said you blame me, right?
Yeah, Martavius Bryant. All over
Martavius Bryant was double teamed a lot during the season.
Oh, here we go.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Yep.
Yes, I hope that you.
Also, wait. This is the other thing that you're not catching. Who signed him? Jerry Jones. That is the most Jerry Jones thing that he would ever do. Is sign a guy like Martavius Bryant. What makes this is right Jerry?
Here. This is how we're ending the show. Right there. Dirty is the truth.
No, oh my God. Do that. See,
we will see you guys next week. Thank you guys for watching Bhawk Live.
Oh my God.
See you guys.